everything we know about dragons.
So recently I went to go watch the live-action How to Train Your Dragon instead of the Lilo and Stitch live-action movie, and
according to Disney, Ohana no longer means family. It means making a quick buck off of a faithful adaptation that's about as faithful as Bonnie Blue.
safe to say I made the right choice because this movie's actually good. Now, like, story-wise, obviously, it's just the first movie, but in live action, and I prefer that a lot more than, you know, Lilo and Stitch, which changes, like, literally everything from the original. Now, with it being a live-action remake, obviously some things are going to get changed, like, they removed the scene where Hiccup and Toothless wander into the village, but, I mean, I'm kind of fine with the changes, because they're not really that bad. I think the only, like, controversial thing at the time was Astrid's hair being a different color. I mean, she talked less in this one than the original, and makes it a little more hot now. Oh, wait. Okay, had to make sure she's not a child. That would look very weird. Now, as a kid, I wasn't really that big a fan of the original, but after rewatching it, I can say it's pretty cool. Both are pretty good. I feel like you could honestly go with either version. It doesn't really, like, hinder any kind of enjoyment. They're both just kind of the same, and I'm fine with that. Both are just kind of the same and have the exact same amount of quality, and I think that's perfectly fine. The casting is pretty alright, and the performances of everyone's pretty alright. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Fish Legs because he just looks like Fire Fist from Deadpool 2, except bigger. And Rough Nut and Tough Nut don't really even look like they're related. They look like two different siblings, which, like, I think is kind of a hindrance and pretty bad casting, but overall, like, the casting isn't that bad. Everyone does their jobs pretty well. There's a couple of scenes I think have gone a little better and been a little bit more impactful, but it's not like they're bad. The argument with Hiccup and Stoic after Hiccup fails to kill a dragon could have been a bit more impactful, but it's still not bad. I could deal with it, honestly. Overall, everyone plays their role in this movie pretty well. They even had the original actor who played Stoic the Vast come back, and he does just as great as he did in the movie. CGI in this movie is also really good, although it's kind of weird how most of the dragons are just realistic, and then there's just Toothless being, well, you know, Toothless. I think it was a pretty good decision to do that, though, because, like, I feel like Toothless is the only one that wouldn't really benefit from a serious look. The dragons in How to Train Your Dragon have always been more of house cats than, like, actual furious beast. If you tame them, that is. They will definitely kill you if not. With all that said, I think the How to Train Your Dragon live-action movie did really well. Finally getting a good live-action movie is great to see. DreamWorks has always been the one to try and stick up to Disney anytime they can. With them already having thoughts of a sequel, I'm interested in seeing what this is going to do for DreamWorks. With this, there's a chance they're going to start making their own live-action remakes. Maybe even better than Disney, hopefully. Let's not do Boss Baby 2. I'm really not in the mood for live-action Alec Baldwin as a baby. Overall, I would say give this movie a shot. It's not really different from the original, but it doesn't really have to be. It's perfectly fine as its own, like, standalone movie. Standalone live-action movie, if you will. For rating, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Without the live-action factor, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10. But you can't get away with getting a 10 out of 10 if you're just a remake of an original movie, alright? With DreamWorks making live-action movies, who knows what's next? Maybe we'll be getting live-action Despicable Me. Ugh. Yeah, hopefully not that one. Tough Nut.